Hi students, my name is Emma Reed. I am an 8th grade math teacher, and today we are continuing our Unit 8 on the Pythagorean theorem and irrational numbers. And today we will be reasoning about square roots and answering the question, how can a number have more than one square root? So come with me to your introduction and launch section. Our question for your introduction/launch is, which of the numbers listed to the left would fall between 8 and 10 on a number line? Explain your thinking. So we have 9, 60, 70, the square root of 9, the square root of 60, and the square root of 70. If you have access to a piece of paper near you and a pencil, I suggest sketching your own number line. Or if you prefer to do your thinking on the computer, I'm going to suggest a website that you can use anytime you want to create a number line, and I'll show that website right now. This website is called apps.mathlearningcenter.org/numberline. And the nice thing about it is that there are a lot of different settings that you can change to get exactly the kind of number line you want. So for your warm-up for your launch today, you're focusing on which of those numbers would fall between 8 and 9. But it might be helpful to think, if other numbers fall outside of that range, how far outside of the range would they be? The really nice thing is that you can change the number line to suit the needs of whatever problem that you're working on. So since we're focusing mainly on 8 and 9, we can click here. There are lots of different settings you can choose from. But what I'm going to do is just space it out a little bit more so we can kind of zoom in. And you can think about which of our answer choices belong between 8 and 9 on the number line. You can add a text box here if you would like by clicking the T. You can explore the other features. It can be really helpful if you're a person who it helps you to look at the number line to have this website bookmarked. And then when you're done, if you wanted to share it with your teacher, you can click this button down here and save the image or share a link with your teacher. So that's just a suggestion to help you show your thinking if you'd like. Otherwise, we'll head back to our slides. Okay, so whether you worked on the number line or not, now is the time to give your thinking about which of these numbers will fall between 8 and 10 on a number line. Pause and make sure you've shown your thinking here. And then we'll move on to our Explore section. So on slide B, it says the numbers x, y, and z are positive, and x squared equals 3, y squared equals 16, z squared equals 30. Plot x, y, and z on the number line and explain your reasoning. Pause and think. When you explain your reasoning, you want to make sure that you're giving the validation or like justification for why you placed the numbers where you placed them. And you're representing those numbers with x, y, and z. When you're ready, we'll move on to slide C. On slide C, a group of students was given the following equation, x squared equals 49. John said that in this equation, x equals 7. Maria said she found another answer that also works. Could Maria be correct? Is there another answer that fulfills the equation? Explain your thinking. Pause and think here. When you're ready, move ahead with me to slide D. Keep in your mind, who did you agree with, John or Maria? On slide D, we're discussing positive and negative square roots. So read along with me silently while I read this out loud. Equations of the type x squared equals a have two solutions when a is a positive number. Those solutions include a positive and a negative value that can be represented as the square root of a and the negative square root of a. For example, the equation x squared equals 20 has two solutions, the square root of 20 and the negative square root of 20. So I especially want you to think back to the previous slide. Who did you agree with? Does this change your answer? You can pause and verify that you still believe what you believed on slide C before. And when you're ready, we'll move ahead to slide E. On slide E, we're going to explore some more. We have three equations. M squared equals 121, Z squared equals 88, W squared equals 32. And for all three of those equations, you're going to answer the question, what are the two exact solutions to this equation? Pause and think about slide E. Next, we're moving on to slide F. And we're going to place the negative square root of 2 on the number line. So we've talked about the square root of 2 before in our previous lessons. Think back to that and explain your thinking about where negative square root of 2 should be on the number line. Pause and think. Now we're moving on to the final slide of our Explore section, slide G. Find both solutions to the equation x squared equals 40 and place them on the number line. Explain your thinking. And once you have placed both of those solutions and explained your thinking, we'll move on to our summarize section. And to summarize today, you're going to answer the question, how can a number have more than one square root? I encourage you especially to think about what we talked about on slides C and D for your reflection here. Take your time, describe your thinking, record any notes that you want to remember for the future on the right. And when you feel like you've done your best work for the whole classwork for today, enjoy the rest of your day.